Welcome back to part 3. Okay, so having established that these are the percentages that come out of a split of 31, 25, 19 and 25, I want us to look at what happens if a student doesn't pay their whole amount of fees at the beginning of term, because that's also a reality. Let's look at what happens if they pay half at the beginning of term, and then we're hoping they're going to pay the rest, and then at half term they pay the rest. Okay, let's see what that does to the numbers. Okay, so if a student pays 50 at the beginning of term and then another 50. So here's your pay, the teacher pay, here's your cumulative pay. So the very first instalment is 31% of 50. They haven't paid 100, they've only paid 50 of it, 50% of it. So 50 times 31% is 15. You've had 15 so far. The next tranche is 36%. They still haven't paid the balance. So we've got 36% of 50 minus 15. 50 minus 15 is 35, times 36% is 13. So altogether you've been paid 28 so far. Now, half term comes. Is the student going to carry on? Have they run out of money? Are they going to come back? We don't know. Let's hope so. Hooray, they do, they come back. So now we've got the extra 50 on the account by the time we make the third payment. So third payment is 43% of what? It's what you've got left on your account, 50 minus 28, plus the new 50 that they've paid. So 50 minus 28, which is what's left on your account, is 22, plus the new 50 that they've now paid. 22 plus 50, that's 72, times 43% is 31. 31 plus 28 is 59. That's what you've been paid so far. And then final payment is 100% of what's left, which is 100 minus 59. 100 minus 59. That's 41. Out of that 41, 6 is going as your down payment for your tax. So 41 minus 6 is 35, which takes you to 94. So altogether you get paid 94 out of the 100. Now how does that look in terms of payments? It doesn't look particularly even. We've got the first payment of 15, so there's 15. Second payment of 13, using my little ruler here, there's 13. Third payment of 31, and the fourth payment of 35, and a bit for the tax man. So that's not looking very even. You've got smaller payments for the first two, because we're not sure if that student's going to come back and pay, right? They might do, they might not, they might leave. And then you've got bigger payments at the end. So what they do in Nairobi in the conservatoire is they pay their teachers only at the end of term, when it's really clear what's being taught, who's paid for what. They just get one payment at the end of each term. But we reckon that's quite hard on teachers in terms of cash flow, because how are you supposed to survive on nothing all term and then just get something at the end? So that's why we want to give you advances on the total as we go through the term. And the total isn't known until we get to the end of term. Some people pay 3 coupons, or some people might pay 3 lessons at a time, some people pay half term. There'll even be coupons in the mix. So what we hope is that this 31, 25, 19, 25 is on average for most teachers going to give you something roughly even. The first example we had it front loaded if they pay all at the front. If they pay halfway through, then you get it backloaded. So we're hoping on average it will spread out roughly even, but we don't know. So the idea really is to try this out, this percentage out for this term, see how it goes, and if it's massively problematic we can adjust it. It's not fixed in stone. It's our best guess estimate of what will produce on average roughly even payments across the 4. If it doesn't, for some reason, we can revisit it. For example, we could do another option that we could consider next term, 40, I haven't done this very well, but you could do 40, 20, 20, 20. For example, there are an infinite number of ways to split 100 into 4 parts. We want to work with you to make sure we get something that works for everybody. I would urge us to try this with these percentages for this term. We'll see how it goes. It's our best guess at what we think will work. Great. Thank you very much for listening and enjoy the rest of your meeting.